So this week Parsha is Parsha's Sisa, and literally means, the name of the Parsha means when you will raise up. Sisa is to raise something up. Laset is to carry it, to raise it up. You will raise up, but in the context of the verse, the term is translated when you will count. So the meaning of Sisa is when you will raise up. The content of the pasuk tells me something else, when you will count. Of all the parshas in the Torah, this one seems to be the most unlikely candidate for the name. When you will raise up the heads of the children of Israel. For here we read of the most devastating spiritual descent in the Jewish people, in the Jewish history. Just a few weeks after receiving the Torah directly from God, and they are about to be given the 2 tablets of the covenant, the Jewish people repeatedly sink into the dissidence of idol worship, and as a result, the tablets are smashed. This is hardly what he would describe as raising the heads of the Jewish people. How can you say raising the heads of the Jewish people? They went to the lowest of the lowest.
Is it
Our
to
sages,
elevate them emotionally or spiritually?
Supposedly, yes. Okay. So the question is, how did they get to where they got to? Idol worship, a golden calf in this week Parsha. Our sages said about the Torah, learn it and learn it, for everything is in it. That's from Avis, Ethics of the Fathers. It says, learn it and learn it, for everything is in it. At first glance, this seems to mean that within the Torah as a whole, insights can be found into every area of life. However, at a deeper level, the statement that everything is in it could be applied to each and every idea in the Torah. Since Torah is an infinite wisdom of God, it follows that each area contains a truly unlimited amount of information, to the extent that everything is in it. And if this is true for a single idea, certainly an entire Parsha is macrocosmic. However, the phenomenon that everything is found in all Parshas of Torah is more obvious in some Parshas than others. Perhaps our Parsha could claim to bring this idea to light more than all the others, since it discusses 3 fundamental aspects of Judaism. Revelation, number 1. God gives Moshe the divinely inscribed first set of tablets. Rebellion, the incident of the golden calf. And reconciliation by Moshe for the sin on behalf of the Jewish people. By the giving of the second tablet and climaxing with the shining of light through Moshe's face. So all these 3 things came about in this week Parsha. We have revelation, we have rebellion, and we have reconciliation.
Were the tablets given at the same time, or was there a...
So it said, but no, it was a revisit. He had to go back and ask forgiveness, and after another 40 days he had to spend in the heaven, and he came down in Yom Kippur with the second tablets.
Not the second set, but the second half, you're saying?
No, second set. It was a completely new set.
Okay, I want to make sure
the first set was
right.
The first set was smashed,
right,
and the second set, God said, you have to carve a whole new stone. It says that the second set Moshe carved and God inscribed. The first set is God's carving and God inscribing. Okay. So the scheme of history also follows this sequence. Because we said everything is in the Torah. So the scheme of history also follows this sequence. Torah, revelation, preceded the world. The Torah was, as it says, Alpaim Shana, 2,000 years, the Torah preceded the world. Torah, revelation preceded the world. B, the world was created which conceals God's presence. That's a rebellion. The concealment of God's presence, the golden calf. And then C, with the true and complete redemption through Mashiach, God will finally be reconciled with His world. These three phases are each crucial parts of a larger whole. Even the middle stage of rebellion was ultimately intended by God as a precursor to the reconciliation that was to follow. This also explains why the whole of our Parsha is called Ki Sisa, raise the heads, for even the darkest moments of Jewish history have been orchestrated by God as a pathway to the redemption, when the ultimate raising of the heads will take place.